Hey guys, I'm back again. So I was about to leave when I found this whole patch of city. It was something you actually could get to. So I was looking around here, and I gained another level while I was doing that. So, level 4, get to increase one of my ability scores. Hmm. Hmm. I think I'll increase my constitution. Perception. Athletics. Go with knowledge world. Now a bonus combat feat. Weapon specialization. You are skilled at dealing damage with one weapon. Choose one type of weapon, including unarmed strike, for which you have already selected the weapon focus feat. You deal extra damage when using this weapon. I think I'll go with weapon specialization. That's like Piranha Strike, except I don't get that penalty to my attack. Actually, hold on. Combat mobility. Yeah, I can wait to get that until next level. You get an additional use of Smite Evil and Channel Positive Energy. Increased Charisma, Mobility, Knowledge World, Persuasion, and a whole bunch of new spells. You get another Hex, increased Dexterity, Trickery and Stealth, Battle Master. The Shaman makes an extra attack of opportunity each round. This ability stacks with the attacks of opportunity granted by the Combat Reflexes feat. At 8th level, the Shaman gains the Weapon Specialization feat in a weapon of her choice as a bonus feat. At 16th level, the Shaman gains the Greater Weapon Focus feat as a bonus feat for the same weapon chosen for weapon specialization. The Shaman doesn't need to meet the prerequisites for these feats. So she can do extra attacks of opportunity, but she's not going to deal a whole lot more damage, still. Yeah, I really have no idea what's going on with this build. He gets a key power, increased wisdom, athletics, mobility, and perception. True Strike. A monk with this key power can spend 1 point from his key pool as a standard action to gain temporary intuitive insight into the immediate future during his next attack. The monk's next single attack roll, if it is made before the end of the next round, gains a +20 insight bonus. Additionally, he is not affected by the mischance that applies to attackers trying to strike a concealed target. So basically you spend 1 key to get a guaranteed hit on your next round. Let's see. Debilitating injury. Increased dexterity, mobility, trickery, stealth, perception, and use magic device. Hideous laughter and invisibility. Bewildering injury. -2 to AC. -2 to attack rolls. Target speeds are reduced by half. And target speeds are reduced... Oh. Yeah. You get another hex. Increased charisma, knowledge arcana, persuasion, use magic device, and the healing hex. This acts as a cure light wound spell using the witch's caster level. Once a creature has benefited from the healing hex, it cannot benefit from it again for 24 hours. At 5th level, this hex acts like cure moderate wounds. And she also gets the cure moderate wounds spell. Alright.
I'll watch your back.
You won't survive me.
No, you can't get there.
Here we go. We're gonna rest after this.
Ah.
Yeah!
Damn it.
The light, take you!
Damn it.
Endure this!
This'll leave a bruise.
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
The Inheritor, guide my blade!
Fuck you. I've had enough of you. Maybe we should go back? This place isn't for us, it's too open. The enemy could come from anywhere. And the air is weird. Why does it keep moving so fast? No, not one step back. This is our test. Don't look at anything but the target. So you made it. Good to see you all. How's old Saul doing? Still waiting and thinking? Well, don't worry, he'll make up his mind soon. You won't be hanging underground for much longer. What are you doing here? It's you. It's thanks to you that we made it to the surface to fight the demons. The shield maze fell, but Saul slowed everything down. He's an old man. He's afraid of everything. But we can't sit in the dark like root vegetables while big things are happening up above. We tried to follow you through the shield maze. We emerged into some kind of fortress, but there were too many demons there. Then we dug out another passage into the city. It took days, but we did it. We're ready to fight. Right now we need everyone who can hold a weapon. I have a plan. Go back below ground and wait at the shield maze exit. We'll get the beasts at both ends. Go back? Well, if you're sure, of course we'll go. I mean, an ambush. Good idea. Yes, I understand. We'll attack from below as soon as we hear the fighting start. The young ones are holding up well, but will they be able to fight out in the open? Even I struggle with that. I hope we did the right thing. We are the Crusaders of the Underground. We will fight like our forebears did. Silver dagger. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else here. Yeah, now we're ready to go. Right, let's go here. Someone on the road, get ready. Oh, Nenio.
Wearing a robe? Check. Baphomet symbol around the neck? Check. Crazy eyes? Check. Note to self. Bring a mirror next time to be able to adjust the optimal level of eye craziness. Everything is ready for the experiment. An audience. Problematic, but not critical. You there, boy. Stay out of this. It is counterproductive to stand in the way of scientific progress.
What?
Who's that? I don't know her.
Greetings, boys and girls. I am your sister in sin, a devotee of Lord Baphomet's dark will, and so on and so forth.
How do you do, fellow kids?
She looks like one of us, but she talks kinda weird. Who's there with you?
Who? Oh, them! Just an audience, they don't matter. Consider them a supplementary component of the coming experiment. In the name of our Lord Baphomet, please be so kind as to undertake a little test of your competency in our wicked cause. Let's start with something simple. So here's my first question. What is Lord Baphomet's favorite weapon?
We will not answer to you.
Our lord can wield any kind of weapon. He is all-powerful.
Wrong. He wields no weapons at all. He doesn't need any. He just gores his enemies with his horns.
Actually, it's Aishagal, a glaive made of red adamantine.
That is correct. But still, boy, no prompting, please. This experiment has taken quite a surprising turn. I would never have expected the followers of the great Baphomet to be baffled by such a simple question. Fine. Let's recalibrate the difficulty and proceed with the next question. Please name Lord Baphomet's sacred animal.
A bull! Of course, everybody knows that.
Yep. And a cow.
It's an aurochs, as a matter of fact.
I'd like to ask you to stop prompting them, but it seems they could do with a prompt or two. It appears the experiment has yielded results which are as unexpected as they are incredible. Baphomet's cultists have not the slightest idea about who Baphomet really is, let alone any in-depth knowledge of his ideology or philosophy. I'm positive that this news will cause a sensation in widest scientific circles.
Damn it. She's right. I'm a shitty excuse for a cultist. And my mother used to tell me to become a plowman.
Hey, take it easy. We've only had 2 questions. You there, come on, ask another one. We'll get the next one.
Ask them some more, they might still manage it.
Is there any sense in continuing? You cannot answer the simplest of questions. I am ashamed of all of you, as cultists and as individuals.
Please, ask again. I can answer. I'm sure I can.
How do you spell Baphomet's name?
B-A-F-A... Oh, screw it. To hell with Baphomet. I thought it was gonna be fun, but instead there are all these questions. I'm done here. I'm going back to my home village, back to my mother.
Hey, wait! You there! How dare you stir up discord in our ranks? Grab her and tie her up, and her entire entourage too!
The experiment is complete. Unable to deal with the questions, the cultists decide to deal with the examiner instead. A typical reaction for a person who has never been burdened with any intelligence. Now you're gonna start hitting each other, aren't you? Please, proceed. I won't interrupt.
The spirits demand your blood.
Distract them from me.
No glory without risk! The light take you!
time to share your treasures.
The result is statistically predictable, especially considering their intelligence level. What about you, boy? Are you ready to answer some questions for the good of science? Let's proceed with the experiment. My first question is simple. Which colors does the goddess Iomade prefer?
Red and white?
This answer is correct. It is comforting to meet at least one educated person in the melting pot of ignorance that is Canabras today. Let's proceed. Did Aradin take part in any crusade before he died?
No, the world wound didn't open until after Aradin died.
Your answer is correct. Aradin's death dates to 4606, and that is precisely the year when the world wound was opened. The first crusade started back in 4622. Your knowledge would make Mendev's crusaders proud. My final question is, what is the title that Arilu Vorlesh bears? Is she the architect of the world wound, the lord of the labyrinth, or the border inquisitor of the shapeless abyss?
The architect of the world wound.
That's correct. Most excellent. You successfully answered all of my questions. Splendid. Amazing. This is a breakthrough. I thank you for your cooperation. It seems to me that I owe you an explanation. My name is Nenio. I am an explorer, a pilgrim, a yet-to-be-recognized scientific luminary, future author of the great Encyclopedia Galarianica, and rector of all Absalom's universities at once. Future rector, I should say. I also know several spells.
Now can you finally tell me what you were getting at with all those questions?
It is so heartening to see you strive for knowledge. I have been conducting an experiment comparing the intellectual abilities of the average cultist with those of the average crusader. And I must admit that you passed the test with flying colors. This does offer a glimmer of hope for the future of Crusade. I have always claimed that despite the popular beliefs about the limited intellectual abilities of those in the army, at least some of them can be considered educated. It pleases me to see that I was correct.
Why do you keep calling me boy? I have a name, you know.
I apologize for an injury to your ego, but your name is irrelevant on the grand scale of the universe. Thus, it cannot possibly interest me. I will forget it as soon as I hear it. To avoid unnecessary confusion, I'd prefer to not know it at all.
Abras isn't safe right now. Shall we join forces?
Do you wish to become my follower? To accompany me on my expeditions to the World Wound? To assist me in my experiments? To run errands for me? Perhaps even to write down my deepest thoughts for the benefit of future generations? Oh, how splendid! Of course, I agree. Truth be told, I have no money to pay you. But you will be aiding the progress of science, and that is its own reward.
I agree.
Excellent. You're hired. To think that I finally found someone to accompany me. 27 Crusaders before you said no. Not one of them saw the undeniable appeal of my offer. Your first assignment is to take me to a safe place. I have to admit that today's experiment has left me quite tired.
Alright, get out of here. I've had enough of you. And what does she get? Increased intelligence, knowledge arcana, knowledge world, lore nature, use magic device, acid arrow, and stone call. Speaking of which, does anybody... Let's go with challenge evil. He doesn't know any spells. Let's go with another cast of magic missile and one of colors. Yeah. Oh wait, not ready to leave yet.
Can't make the demons wait.
Into the fray!
Nice.
Good guys always win. You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
The Inheritor! Guide my blade! The light! Take you!
cover me, all right?
Seriously? How dumb do you have to be? Come on.
Thank you for amusing me.
Into the fray!
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
Nice.
I got this.
I'll remove this obstacle.
You won't survive me.
Guess I'll talk to this guy first.
Greetings, valiant stranger who has just burst into my life. I am the master of this house. Count Daron Kale, myriad mellifluous monikers Aronde. No need to introduce yourself. I find remembering insignificant details, such as the name of passing acquaintances, such a bore.
Wow. Bonafide blue bloods and unparalleled aristocracy. All this makes me itch to do something really crass. Ooh, like blow my nose on the curtains.
What are you waiting for, my squamous squire? The curtains in this room are velvet, but we have some excellent silk ones with gold thread elsewhere in the house. Take your pick. My soft furnishings are yours to do with as you wish. I'm quite sick of the place, truly. I shall either sell it, or burn it to the ground and build a new mansion in its place. Now that we've finished with the niceties, tell me this. How did all those thrice-damned demons end up at my soiree?
Must have been some party to miss the fact that Canabris was being attacked by hordes of demons and Descari himself.
Oh come, the party was deathly dull, rather like one of the prelate's interminable sermons. I really ought to be grateful to the demons for their intrusion. They certainly added a frisson to the proceedings. It seems as though Descari's occasion was altogether more of a crush than mine, if you will pardon the pun.
You don't seem very concerned about the city's fate.
I have no friends here whose untimely demise I would care to mourn. The only alarming thing is how easily all this happened. I don't care for the thought that demons could come calling at my door at any moment. And just think, everyone had so much faith in the wardstones gifted by Iomede's herald, and in the might of our tamed dragon, as if there had been no Dresden or a dozen other routes where the demons overcame every defense.
What should I know about you, Count, apart from the fact that you're high-born and very rich?
As a child, I had my very own pony, but I always dreamed of having a lamb. I was never allowed one. Sheep were seen as peasant animals, utterly unsuitable for the scion of a noble line. The trauma haunts me to this day. I think of it every time I have roast lamb for dinner.
I'm sorry that happened to you. Such a sad story.
Ah, Ember.
I had not even the slightest intention of upsetting such a lovely child.
I'm not lovely. Some people have even called me a scarecrow before.
That's patently absurd. Why, you can't possibly be a scarecrow with a crow following you around. I'm sorry if I failed to sate your curiosity. I loathe talking about myself to people I don't know, even more to those I do know. The only thing worth knowing, aside from the fact that I am highborn and filthy rich, is that I dislike Puritans and demons in equal measure. Well, perhaps demons a tad more.
You can go to the Defender's Heart. It's under the protection of Erebeth Tirabade and the Eagle Watch.
I thank you for the invitation, but I am not quite as desperate as I may seem. At times, it is better to be surrounded by the repugnant mugs of demons than the sour and dour physiognomies of Iomede's righteous paladins.
What about my physiognomy? Sour enough for his lordship? Don't worry, another few minutes with the dazzling Count here, and it'll sour like week-old milk.
What's this? An attractive paladin with a sense of humor? You're a veritable walking scandal. Either way, my mansion is now safe. I have a pair of half-decent guards. I just need to drag them out of the storeroom and bring them to their senses. I ordered them to drink a love potion, you see? For reasons which seemed extremely witty at the time and in the state of inebriation I then found myself in. They can guard the house while the valorous paladins beat back the demon assault. They will beat them back, yes? As regards myself, I feel like stretching my legs. I know rudimentary divine spells, I am no friend to demons, and I elevate any society that I deign to grace with my presence. I shall accompany you, only for a short time, of course. I have no desire to remain at the vanguard for a protracted period. What say you, my ephemeral but highly diverting acquaintance? After all, Lord Descari spoiled my party. I now burn with the desire to spoil his.
Thoughts?
I don't like this guy much at all. Not even because of his personality, but just... I sense something dark about him.
I guess thumping him one next time he comes out with more aristocratic witterings is not allowed? All the more reason to take him with us. If we don't kill him, the demons surely will.
He has all these friends at his party, and he still looks so lonely. We can take him with us. Maybe it will make him feel better?
Don't ask me. Having him tag along would be like going for a nighttime stroll through the back alleys with a diamond tiara on your head. Even I don't like that kind of attention.
What? You're asking about whether to take this boy with you? The question lies outside the bounds of my interest. By the way, did you know that the young scions of noble families often sponsor the research of young scientists? What laudable passion for knowledge. True, the size of their donations bears a direct correlation to the hazardousness of the experiment being conducted.
He doesn't look like a whiner, and he can hold his own, so he won't be dead weight.
Deal.
Capital. Good acquaintances that begin and end at just the right moment often leave the most pleasant memories. Wouldn't you say?
Now... I guess I'll replace her. So at this level, he gets increased charisma, knowledge arcana, knowledge world, persuasion, old person. Thank you, stranger, for saving us from the demons, and for your timely entrance. I swear I don't know who has enraged me more today, the demons or the oh-so-affable master of this house. I'm a friend of how do I say that? Ilks's. He asked me to find you and protect you. Ilks is alive, and he's made a brilliant new friend. It's a shame it had to happen now, when the city is under siege by demons, and those pig-headed inquisitors are pursuing us instead of doing something useful. How did you end up here? Bullrun's hounds found me and Wallflower and they tried to capture us. I distracted them, then I lost them in the streets before charming my way into this party. Even if the Inquisitors saw where I went, they wouldn't have been allowed past the door. Bullrun holds no sway among certain members of the aristocracy, so I picked a good place to lie low. That is, until the demons showed up. Now that's more like it. So I have inadvertently been harboring a traitor wanted by the Canabra's Inquisition. This day wasn't such a waste after all. Do you know where the third of your group is? Wallflower? No idea. If he knows about the demon attack, he won't just hide away. He'll go out and try to help people. If he doesn't know, well, you have no chance of finding him. He's a pretty skilled mage, but I doubt he'll risk using magic. He'll probably do something the Inquisitors won't expect. Pose as someone, disguise himself. We had a great selection of masquerade costumes in the temple. I know, I'll tie my shawl around your arm. Wallflower gave it to me. He'll spot it right away and know you're a friend. If I were you, I'd look for him in Canabras' market square. Tell me about yourself. I'm Aranka, traveling bard and follower of Desna. Many of my fellow bards are rootless misfits who wander the world, unwilling or unable to live a normal life. For me, that's only partly true. I have a wonderful family, my mother, father, grandmother, and brother. Right now they're far away, and I'm sure they miss me. But they have always supported me in my vocation, and they let me be free to roam, because they knew that I couldn't be happy while there was so much of the world I hadn't explored, and so many places where people might need my help. A bard! That's great! I love singing. Will you sing me a song? Sorry, I don't think this is a good time to sing a long, sweeping epic, but I will gladly sing for you some other time. What can you tell me about the master of the house? About the Count? I've wanted to smash a jug over his head about 5 times today already. He just brings that feeling out in people. It's one of his many talents. Other than that, well, you've probably already heard about the Arendelle family. All I can say is that the Count's servants flee this place like rats from a sinking ship. No one ever stays here long, even though he pays them extravagantly. I even heard one servant complain that he always feels uneasy in the Count's home, like someone is watching him, unseen eyes staring at the back of his head, even if his back is to the wall, even if he turns around. I don't know if I believe all these tales, but I'm just telling you what I've heard. Yeah, that's the word on the street, too. This mansion, it's the tastiest morsel in the whole city, but all the thieves are afraid to even set foot in the street. Are you deliberately talking as if I'm not here? Excellent. Like any polite host, I shall return the favor and act as if you're not here either. Why did you decide to break into the ward stone and cast magic on it? You put your lives at risk. Your information could have been a trap set by the demons. But it wasn't a demon trap. You know, living next to the world wound and seeing the powerlessness of the Crusaders, it's very hard. We've been trying to defeat the demons for 100 years now, and we have nothing to show for it. I think that Queen Galfrey and the other leaders think that we can defeat evil if we line up our soldiers in perfect columns and send them marching off with a stirring battle cry. We just need a few more soldiers, a little more discipline, but we've been marching for 100 years, and it's always 1 step forward, 2 steps back. And while the soldiers are marching, people like Hulrun are seizing power behind their backs. His fanaticism and cruelty were forged in the same furnace as the Crusaders' righteousness. We will never defeat the demons if we keep trying to march down this same path. We need to change tack, to challenge our principles, trust our hearts and our friends and not moldering doctrines. We need to listen to any entity that is willing to help us. My friends and I listened, and we trusted, and we tried to change something. At least we tried, even though it didn't work out. Great idea! Marching in straight lines won't work, so let's go attack the demons in a merry band of hopers and dreamers, brimming with enthusiasm and doing just whatever we feel like. When the demons see us coming, they'll die of hysterics and our victory will be complete. Naive children, that's what you are, but I admit your words stir something in my soul. I wouldn't put you in charge of a military campaign, but I'd be proud to fight alongside you. Can you get somewhere safe on your own? It looks like the Inquisitors aren't busting down the door just yet, and they're not hiding under the bed, so I think I'm safe for now. I'll be fine on my own. I'll go back to our temple, so Ilks, the Inquisitors must have searched there by now. They won't go back a second time. Good luck. May Desna be with you, stranger. Don't suppose that guy has anything interesting to say. Portrait of Galfrey Mendev, ruler of the kingdom and founder of all crusades into the world wound. Anything back here? Alchemist's fire. Right, well, I think I know where to find Wallflower. Pardon me, I saw you with that shawl. Does this mean you're a friend of Veronka's? I'm saying, of course it does. So... Adept Thal of the Temple of Desna, you are under arrest on suspicion of treason and aiding the demons. You have 1 minute to come quietly. Drag your feet and we'll count that as an attempt to resist justice. And here's the traitor who almost corrupted the ward stone with his magic. You didn't think that the disorder and demonic presence in the city would distract us from pursuing traitors, did you? You are torturing this poor boy for nothing. I can't stand for this. You bear the gift of heaven and you're taking the side of a delinquent and conspirator? Heaven knows not only righteous anger, but mercy as well. I do not know why you are standing in the way of justice, but I do not wish to start a spat between the goddess's righteous warriors in this hour of peril. Let this Desnan riffraff go wherever he likes, just as long as it's out of my sight. When we liberate the city from the demons, I will see to it that every one of Rayman's runts and everyone like him will be driven out of Canabras. Come, faithful, we have no further business here. This is just blatantly unfair. We tried to protect the city from demons, and instead of helping us, we get hunted by the Inquisitors. Prelate Hulrun will be the death of us all, and there's nothing we can do about it. Anyway, thank you. I'd have been done for without you. The Inquisition has gone too far. I'm glad I didn't let them take you. That's it. I don't believe I'll get a fair hearing from Hulrun. If it wasn't for you, I would have been tortured and put to death. But even so, I have my regrets. I think we went too far, trying to break into the Wardstone. And we didn't even save anyone. Chin up, pal. Now, you screwed up royally, no doubt, but you meant well, didn't you? Hulrun was trying to do the same thing as you, but he killed a whole lot of people while doing it. Is this some kind of competition to find the most useless crusader? And you have appointed yourself the judge, have you? Most useless crusader contest? I think you mean the whole damn history of the Crusades. And the judge? It ain't me, it's Discari. If you care to take a look around, he's already announced the results. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to go to the Temple of Desna. I want to be alone with the goddess and reflect on all that has happened. Right, back to the temple then. If I can remember... Can I just... Oh yeah, I can just do that.
Go again. First come, first served.
Where? What? There they are. Yeah, they're immune to those. Nice. It isn't our rescuer. It's good that you've come. Sit with us. Stopping for a minute won't hurt, so I'll gladly sit with you. We decided to give you a gift. A special gift. One that we would never share with anyone except for the person who risked his life for ours. Who didn't just take a stand against evil, but against injustice under the guise of the law. Our gift is a song. We call it Starward Gaze, and it came to us from the true servants of Desna from her domain in Elysium. This song can gift a soul with renewed vitality. Just listen. Do I get a gift? Can I swap my song for something else? Say, cash or even a snack of some kind? When the music stops, Reynard finds himself in a place that looks nothing like the ruins of Canabras. It all happens in the space of a blink. He closes his eyes on one world and reopens them on another one entirely. A delicate twilight envelops this new world, with streaks of moonlight breaking through the gloom. Reynard is standing in a shallow stream of murmuring water deep in a forest. There is no one else around. Garlands of unfamiliar climbing plants twine around the trunks of giant trees, and dangling from their branches are vines, woven into what look remarkably like swings. A carpet of fragrant grasses spreads out at the tree's roots, with islands of phosphorescent moss and lichen dotted here and there. Small smooth stones with a strange mirrored surface are scattered across the stream bed in which Reynard is standing. The stones catch the light shining down from the heavens, making them gleam silver and making the ordinary little brook look like a stream of darkness, carrying a sprinkling of stars through the night. Reynard is sure that he has never been to this place before, and yet it all feels so familiar. It is the manifestation, not the dreams or fantasies, but of that special way of looking at the world that only children possess. When a glint of light reflected off a piece of glass becomes a fallen star, when an oddly shaped stone can be a remarkable artifact, and when every shadow or twist into a path promises mystery or an incredible adventure, a single glance into the forest stream brings this feeling rushing back. Realizing this, Reynard... I guess clambers up the nearest tree to play on a vine swing. The stream of starstones babble away below, the swings begin to gently move, arcing up and smoothly down again. What lies behind the thrill that this simple pastime gives mortals? Is it the sensation of weightlessness, the hunger for freedom and flight? Whatever it may be, Reynard quickly realizes that he is no longer alone. They come closer, not attempting to hide, stepping lightly on the mossy carpet, leaping from branch to branch or flitting through the air. The creatures are thoroughly bizarre, as though they were deliberately conceived to try the sanity of every taxonomist on the planet. One has the fluttering wings of a butterfly on its back, another has the tails of a dozen different animals, while a third boasts tresses of streaming water, hooves instead of feet, and springy clover growing all over its skin. "We have a visitor!" exclaims one of the strange creatures, and it immediately pushes the swing, helping it pick up speed. "Where am I?" "Don't you know where you are?" asks the creature in amazement. "There are plains of breathtaking beauty and plains of astonishing wonders, but only Elysium is woven from the craving for beauty, from the belief in wonders. That is where you are, in the most peaceful, most wonderful corner of the plain of boundless freedom." "Who are you?" "We are azatas, the children of freedom," says one of the creatures, carelessly swinging from the branches of a tree. "This forest is our home, for today. Tomorrow our home could be a lake 100 leagues to the south, or an underground cave in the azure ocean, or a castle of clouds that scatters in the dawn breeze. How did I get here? We don't know how you came to be here, says the creature with the dozen tails, smiling. Mortals rarely come to Elysium during their lifetime, but here you are, which means that something must have brought you, something in your soul. If your soul did not harbor even the slightest spark of freedom, yearning, and compassion, you never would have found your way here. Now that you know the answers, tell us, what do you want? I have to go back. They need me there. The creature with the butterfly wings, who has hitherto remained silent, gives the visitor a serious look and nods to itself. I smell the burning, blood and tears of the place you have come from. It clings to you. It is right that you don't wish to turn your back on the suffering of those you left behind. None of us children of Elysium would do such a thing. Go back, be a bulwark against evil and strife. Your path is true. But would you like to take something from this place as a memento? The question hangs in the air, and though the words that Reynard utters next are merely words, not a spell nor a military command, they seem to have equal bearing on destiny and life. Yes, I really want to. The azatas draw closer. Take this memory with you. Take this light. Take the knowledge that any pebble struck by a moonbeam can be equal to any star. Take the understanding that you cannot fight evil with clever plans until you have conquered evil within your soul, and your soul cannot be cleansed of evil if it is not free. Take our song. Remember it, and it may help you, but only when you are true to that which brought you beneath this sky. All three adepts look at you wide-eyed. What just happened? For a second you were surrounded by light and we heard music, like the music of Elysium itself. I had a vision. I was in Elysium and the azatas spoke to me. I swear it's a sign that Desna herself has turned her gaze on you. You helped us and protected Wallflower from the Inquisitors even though it wasn't your responsibility. The goddess couldn't fail to acknowledge such a noble soul. We might be getting ahead of ourselves here. There are many powerful entities in Elysium besides Desna, but of course there must be a reason for it. I am so glad we met you, friend. Not just because I'd be being tortured by the Inquisitors right now if we hadn't, but also because you helped me overcome my doubts. We will always remember you, no matter what. We have here. Well, that was really cool. Let's see. Could swear there was something else here. Did I already go in here? Yeah.
Beautiful! Let's see what we can do.
thought there was something else here. Somewhere. Well... maybe I'll remember it later. There's nothing else. Yeah, might want to head back to the Defender's Heart now.
Here comes trouble. Endure this!
Come on. There we go. Ah. Nice.
Out of my sight!
Now who's this? Why, Iomade, I'm alive. Ooh, felt like I had half the Abyss and Arilu herself on my tail back there. Commander Tirabade sent me to get you, and thank all the good gods I found you before it's too late. The commander wants you to come back and help protect the Defender's Heart right away. What happened? Demons! The demons are closing in on the tavern. They'll soon have us surrounded. I almost didn't make it past them to come get you. They could strike at any moment. They're closing in on the tavern, but noticeably enough that you had time to run for help. I see our enemies used up whatever reserves of stealth they had in their first assault on Canabras. What are we waiting for? Let's go. Yes, let's go. We'll show those beasts. Oh, right, this. Reynard, come! Let me properly introduce you to Ellen, Janna, and Curl, the fearless warriors of the League of the Inspiring Cart. It was me who convinced Erebeth to use what Janna, Curl, and Elen found for a little party. If you look out the window, you might think the end times have come and the abyss has devoured us all. I thought some simple pleasures, good food and good company could help keep the gloom at bay. I understand. We need to continue living and fighting, however hard that might be, even amidst the chaos that has befallen the city. Allow me to declare my support for Sela's decision as well. Experience tells me that we should shed no tears until after our victory. If we start to mourn the fallen while the battle is still raging, we'll be jeopardizing all our efforts. Now is the time for rest. We'll bury the dead after the last demon has been driven from Canabras. Yeah, are we just going to sit here with grim faces? I say we get to know each other a little better, so we have better reasons to toast. Tell me about you and your order, Ellen. As stories go, it's not very entertaining. I was born far to the south, in Andoran. I lost my parents early, led the life of a simple mercenary, but often questioned the path I had chosen. I'm proud of my sword skills, I enjoy training and drills, and I'm not afraid of battle. But risking my life for coin? It takes a special mindset to choose that lot with no regrets. You have to want to risk your blood. I saw too many of my friends die, and I wondered if it was worth it. Yeah, Andoran. Basically fantasy America. So in the end, I decided to choose another path. Now if I'm going to lay down my life, at least it will be for a good cause. That's how I ended up in Mendev and became a squire for the Houndhearts. It's a small order. By tradition, it never has more than 12 members, and a new member is only knighted after one of the elders dies. We patrol the lands along the Wardstone line and provide aid to travelers and settlers. Unfortunately, death is common among the Houndhearts. I became a full knight 2 years ago after laying my mentor to rest. But I'm content with my choice. My place is among the Crusaders. Have you been serving in the Eagle Watch for long, Janna? I signed up 4 days before the demon attack. Am I lucky or what? I'm an apprentice of a famous fencing master from Mivan, and I learned a thing or two from him, believe me. I soon got bored of fighting off bandits and getting involved in the petty squabbles of the bickering river kingdoms. I wanted a proper challenge. You can't find a better place than Mendev. And what do you know? The moment I arrived, the demonic invasion began. My father would say that's no accident. Fate brought me here. What about you, Curl? How did you end up among the condemned? I did what everyone else was doing. I grew up in the slums where everyone stole a little, or maybe smuggled or guarded stashes, so... But I never killed anybody, and I never did anything really bad. I got caught stealing, and when they made me choose between prison and the condemned, well, of course I didn't want to go to prison. I'm not that good of a fighter, but as Norgorber is my witness, a thief can also be useful in a war against demons. I've always been a good scout. I can sneak under the nose of any monster. But I don't know where my friends are now. We got separated when the demons rampaged through the city. Chin up, friend. Whoever you were in the past, you're our friend now, and a crusader. Your skills will be useful to us, you'll see. Do all of you know Sela? I met my noble sister on the road to Canabras. I was returning from the south, from my fiancée, and I was happy to be in the company of a paladin of Iomade. We said our farewells at the city gates, and I went north, along the road to Dresden, to my order's camp. The demons attacked us there at the same time they struck Canabras, but we managed to fight them off. We hurried to the city's aid, and joined forces with the Eagle Watch. All my fellow Houndhearts were wounded during the battle on the streets. I'm the last knight of my order who can still fight. So good to see Sela again. Every loyal heart counts these days. I met Sela at a tavern in Canabras, before the attack, of course. She was one of the few who would sit at a table with the condemned. Knights usually don't even look at us. But Sela is different. I knew it the moment I saw her. That's what made me notice Sela too, so I sat down to talk to her. I never understood why everyone treated the condemned so horribly, and I still don't. Our Curl is a great lad. So after that night, Sela and I went round the taverns together every day. Mendev is an amazing place. People from all over the world come here. For glory, redemption, or to help those in trouble. And they always find each other. This might be the best place in the world to find like-minded people and friends. That was a toast, in case you didn't notice. Sela, did you call me over just because, or is something the matter? I didn't just want to talk about today's celebration. You see, Elon is in trouble. I want to help him, and I don't know anyone else in the city I can turn to. His fellow knights were all wounded in battle. Bad idea, sister. I told you. I don't want to bother anyone else with my problems. I need to handle them on my own. Oh, come on. Hiding your sadness from your friends is no way to live. Pearl is right. Reynard helped me find you. Without his help, I'd still be looking for you all over Canabras. So, Elon, come on. Stop being so stubborn. Tell me more. In all truth, I do not wish to impose. My problems are just minor troubles. A paladin of Iomade and her friends certainly have more important things to do, especially now that Canabras has been overrun with demons. If I've learned anything in life, it's that there's nothing minor about good and evil. Take the three of you, for example. Seems like all you did was save one cart from some lesser demons, but look how many people are happy now. That feat will never be sung of in songs, but who knows? Maybe thanks to this one joyous hour of peace and quiet, the defenders of Canabras will find the strength to protect the city. I talk too much, don't I? Well, Sir Elan, I want to help you, and my reputation as a holy warrior of Iomade won't suffer if it's of a more minor adventure than a glorious feat. Alright, I'll explain. The life of a crusader has given me more than just a purpose and a chance to serve a righteous cause. When I abandoned the life of a mercenary and came to Mendev, I gained something else I never expected. It's here that I met, may all the ladies here forgive me, the finest girl in all the world. It's a miracle she found any love in her own heart for a bungler like me, but I'm not about to let this miracle go. Not even the demon Lord Descari and all his demon army can stand in my way. Luckily, my beloved is now safely away from Canabras. For half a year I've been getting up my courage to propose to her. I even ordered a ring from Derek Sunhammer, the best jeweler in Mendev. Independent knightly orders live mostly off donations, and I'm not what you would call rich. But I so want to make Kiana happy. Oh, it took me 3 months to find a jewel the same shade as her eyes, and twice that long to scrape together enough money. Master Derek's work was worth it. But I lost the ring during the demon attack, and I'll probably never find a worthy replacement. The ring is most likely still at the Houndheart's camp outside the city. Elan and his friends didn't have time to pack up their camp. First the demons ambushed them, then they rushed off to help Canabras. I think we should at least go there and check. Not right now, of course, but once the situation in the city is under control. What could we run into at this camp? My friends and I killed 2 large demons attacking the camp, then rode straight to the city without spending any more time cleaning up the rest of their band. There was only a few imps, but they might still be at the camp. Of course, this was a while ago. Our camp was attacked at the same time as the wardstone in the main square, and I haven't been back there since. Fine, I'll help. Thanks for agreeing to help. Elan is a good man and a true knight, and I think the world should repay those who are so devoted to doing good. Let's help him so he can propose to his beloved the way he wanted. Stila, I hope you can convince Erebeth to let me go with you when you do this. I don't want to be parted from my friends. Of course, if the League of the Inspiring Card has come together in this dark hour, we must continue onward together. Alright, I'm gonna end the video here, because I know what's coming next and it's gonna take forever. So, thanks everybody for watching. I'll see you all some other time.